What's up, everybody? This is Kitchen Talks episode 26. I'm Nathan.
And this is P.
We took a week off. We were busy, but we're back now. And we got a lot to talk about. We missed a week's worth of news, and this is quite a bit going on.
Yes, there is.
We've got with Biden, he gave the address to the...
That's right, to Congress.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because what's the other guy that did the speech afterwards?
Oh, Tim Scott.
Yeah, Tim Scott had his rebuttal speech as the Republican representative was interesting. Really came at Biden. A lot of people are thinking he's going to run for president.
Yeah, it definitely seemed that way just because of the way he went about it. It was like 15 minutes long.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty passionate speech from his part. Like, that's not something senators usually do after.
Go off like that?
Yeah. He's getting his name out there for something.
Yeah. So there was that. Biden basically just talked about reasonable gun control, how climate change actually creates more jobs, and he also spoke a little bit about America first, and because I did watch it, and he was basically saying we need to get back to, sure, helping other countries, but basically we got to take care of ourselves, is what he was saying. Fair point, I guess.
And he talked about the minimum wage a little bit too, didn't he?
What is the minimum national average for minimum wage?
I think it's still $8 an hour.
Ooh, you can't live on that.
No,
it's hard living on 10 an hour. 15 an hour is even hard to live on.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll get support from Republicans on that.
Raising it.
What? Oh, well, with what you said about Mitch McConnell today, probably not.
He's basically going to do the same thing he did when Obama was in office, which is make it very hard to pass any legislation.
Which basically created the very scenario at the Capitol riot. I mean, that just ended up creating more angry people and no compromise.
Trump, speaking of the Capitol riot, Trump's back a little bit in the news.
Yeah, he did that interview with Tucker Carlson and started some sort of blog page.
He did an interview with Tucker Carlson?
Yeah. Oh, no, sorry, not Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity.
What did he say in the interview?
Whether he's going to run for president.
I didn't say yes.
I think so. I didn't watch it just because I was like, I want to stay away from it. But he basically said, yeah, I'm seriously considering running again, which is a yes.
Yeah, he will. There's no way he doesn't.
Oh, yeah, no.
Colombia's going through some stuff right now, too.
Protests, or are they...
Yeah, I don't know what they're protesting against, though.
Probably something like corruption.
Governmental.
Yeah.
But they're getting killed by police.
God, there are a lot of countries doing that. Myanmar's still doing that. Russia's they're not shooting people, but they're cracking down on a lot of protests.
Do they still have troops near Ukraine?
Yeah. Yeah, I think they pulled some of them out, but a good majority of them are still there.
Are they going to invade?
They don't know.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, because he doesn't want NATO on Russia's doorstep. So, and now that Biden is in, he's basically trying to push back against that, and these new sanctions that Biden put on Russia for election interference in Navalny, he's probably being retaliatory against
Is
NATO.
Navalny still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive. I think he's in some facility because he went on a hunger strike, and he's still. A lot of the protesters that are coming out are in support of him.
Yeah, Russia's so screwed up. Putin.
Yeah, I saw a video with him today. He's very like straight face, kind of not emotional
Not at all.
at all. Yeah.
Well, Melinda and Bill Gates got divorced. We know that. Which is weird. So we were kind of talking today about what our thoughts were about Bill Gates. And there's a lot of conspiracy theories about Bill Gates that are pretty out there. But I don't believe those. I think he's a really smart guy, obviously. But something about him, man, I don't know too much about him, honestly. He's not really out in the limelight too much.
Yeah, he does a bunch of stuff like the
Philanthropical work.
yeah. He's kind of like he has the Gates Foundation, which has really helped out other countries, and but I think he's really influential in government, and I think that may be why there's a lot of conspiracy theories against him
Mm-hmm.
or about him.
But he got the divorce.
I wonder why, because it's like based on the Gates Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, it seems like those two were really
They're aligned.
yeah.
It's a good question. I'm not sure what led to that. But he was doing some he does a lot of research on malaria,
Yeah.
like trying to help people in Africa and stuff with malaria. And they just he helped fund a organization. They released some mosquitoes out, like 150,000 genetically modified mosquitoes to try to combat malaria.
Are those
Which is interesting. That's a little scary that they can genetically modify mosquitoes and release them.
are they supposed to like replace the population of the bad mosquitoes or
Yeah, I think let me yeah, let's see. First genetically modified mosquitoes released in US to combat disease, yeah.
okay.
And Bill Gates helped donate to this. To combat, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe to wipe out the bad ones. I mean, that's a good cause, but if that type of technology gets into the wrong hands,
Yeah.
there's some rumors about Wuhan and well, not rumors. I think no, it was an opinionated article. It wasn't like factual, but that they were um the coronavirus was kind of man-made.
Uh, was it
It was a Washington I have to see what it was. It was an opinionated article, though. It wasn't factual. Um, is it still trending? Wuhan, yeah. Washington Examiner. They were creating coronaviruses with the highest possible infectivity for human cells. But it's not fact. I don't know. I've been seeing a lot about that too. Some speculation.
Yeah.
And it got leaked on accident.
Well, the scary thing is if it was
biowarfare, huh?
Yeah. Like, the scary thing is we could never know because China will.
They wouldn't tell us.
Yeah. They would do their damnedest to hide that.
Biological warfare scares me.
Me too.
Because you can wipe out whole populations with a disease.
Yeah, put the world to a stop.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
if like Kim Jong-un got a hold of some of that technology, we'd be fucked.
Oh. Well, it's scary to think too, because I mean, if people found out that China did do that, oh my God, every nation on Earth would be going against them for throwing up,
for causing a global pandemic.
Yeah.
I'd have to see more facts on that.
Yeah, because one of the people we worked with, he also sent me that journal article, and this was around the time when the pandemic first started. So it's been circulating around for quite a while.
He sent you an article talking about how it was a weapon.
Yeah, biological weapon.
Yeah. Certain diseases can really, if that kind of science gets in the wrong hands, giant disease can be created, which could really kill a lot of people.
I can't believe they can actually modify that stuff
to decide what it attacks, and like if it attacks your brain or your respiratory system or what. Yeah, they can decide all that. It's like it's a living organism. Viruses are, so you can genetically modify them. That's fucking scary.
Yeah, that's just crazy to think about. Hopefully, I saw one documentary that said there's still a bunch more out there that can.
Viruses?
Yeah.
Not just COVID?
Yeah. That if they spread, they're bad news.
For everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine, I think, is coming back.
That's what I heard. I also heard that it was a pretty small amount of people that got the blood clots.
Yeah, like 7. But they didn't want it to be a trend, so they had to cut it out and study more.
Yeah, I wonder if it was just kind of several of those cases were rare. Maybe like a bubble got in the tube and
caused a clot.
Yeah, because that happens with vaccines, right? If you don't get all the bubbles out of there.
Yeah, that can happen with other vaccines too, not just a COVID vaccine. But yeah, hopefully we're not opening up too soon. Like the world's starting to open back up. Well, India's sure as hell not. That's what we haven't talked about.
Yeah, India's going through a shit show.
They were At one point, they were recording 350,000 cases a day. A day, dude. That's awful. And they don't have access to good medical equipment like ventilators and stuff. So they're just watching people die.
And they don't have vaccines either, right?
No. Well, maybe some parts, but they're not widely distributed.
Why did it take this long? How long did it take them to get it bad?
For India,
Yeah,
I don't know. It's kind of weird. I thought they would have already got it bad by now, like before this. I didn't think it
yeah.
would take this long. Very odd to me. But yeah, hopefully, I don't know how they're gonna get that under control without another nation's help. We might have to help them.
Yeah, I think so because they could slip back into poverty. I think.
Well, why are people so against the U.S. helping other nations? Because like Biden says, you focus on America first.
Yeah, it's
Well, Biden didn't say that. But he was alluding to the fact that we've lost our sense of power. The U.S. We're supposed to be the big player on the earth, like the big nation.
the
Yeah,
hegemon.
he
Yeah,
wasn't saying don't help anybody, but I think it should be the opposite. I think every nation should help one another. We're all people here.
yeah. It's like a lot of people think that we spend far too much money in other places, and there's a lot of nationalistic sentiment too. That
America's the best.
yeah, that countries should be taking care of themselves, and I think that's where a lot of it comes from. Which I think we should get to a point where everyone's helping each other, just like you, because I
Would be a lot better.
yeah, borders shouldn't be a reason not to help each other out.
Yeah, because you never know when the U.S. might need help.
Yeah, if we don't help other people out, then they may go, well, you didn't help us out.
Yeah,
That's the crazy thing about no matter what country you live in, that kind of human reaction is still the same.
yeah, and Trump was really against helping anybody, huh?
I think
Remember when
so.
he was throwing the paper towels
Oh, and
when they had that? Is it floods or it was a natural disaster of some sort? Was
yeah,
it in Costa Rica
it was.
or was it in the U.S.?
It was a U.S. territory. Why am I forgetting the name?
Costa Rica.
I totally forgot the name. I don't know why. But yeah, it was U.S.
U.S.
territory.
territory, and he was throwing. That was just kind of rude, man. I don't know. It just seemed like half-assed, which it was. Half-assed effort to help, which it was. Throwing paper towels at them like they were. That was just kind of inhumane. It was a little weird.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely something that he wanted to get out of there and get away from.
He was grabbing. He was shooting them like a basketball at him. The paper towels.
Oh, I was watching a video of his handshakes. You know how he does that yank and
Oh
pull
yeah.
thing? He did. I never saw this video, but Neil Gorsuch, when he got approved, when Neil Gorsuch was doing his speech, and Trump kept yanking his hand. He'd do this and then
Kept yanking.
kept yanking it. It was
Why does he do that?
power
Play.
Yeah,
It's kind of like if the hand on top is supposed to mean I'm stronger than you type thing.
Yeah,
more powerful.
He did that with Trudeau, like in one video, like just
doesn't let him literally doesn't let him twist his hand.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous to me. Trump's probably the type of guy that studies all that shit, the power and alpha move shit.
Oh God, he was probably taught that when he was younger too. Well, you were saying
like I told you today, his dad let him fall, didn't catch him to teach him not to trust anybody.
It's just not necessary.
That's sociopathic, dude.
Yeah. Like, whether you get that kind of training or not, you're still going to run into people that are not going to help you out. It's just...
It's life.
Yeah.
It's probably why Trump's so paranoid, though. Like that everyone's out to get him. Yeah. The news, other political people.
He was taught not to trust anybody.
That's why he fires so many people. Thinks got to get rid of them. I remember when he first got into office, the amount of people he fired was insane. The first few years. Scaramucci, Spicer. Did he fire Spicer? No, Spicer stepped down, huh? Sean Spicer, the press secretary.
Rex Tillerson, he fired, I think. No, did Rex Tillerson quit or did he get fired?
That's a good question. But I know Scaramucci got fired. He was treating it like a business, which shouldn't surprise anybody.
Yeah, and that's difficult to do in government too, because you have to then get the new people approved, and it's.
My thing is, why do so many minorities like Trump?
It's a good question.
They love him. And he's been in a ton of TV shows and movies, and he was in fucking Home Alone. Home Alone 3. One of the Home Alone movies, because I watched one of them over Christmas, and Trump popped up in the movie, and I was like, what the fuck? Like the real Trump, like he was in the movie. Because they were in a Trump hotel, and he popped up.
Yeah, and I think it's that branding probably is why they like him. They have a certain image of what he's like.
Yeah, because he's been in a couple dominantly African American cast shows and movies, and Trump's been in, made an appearance. They like that Trump, the name Trump. I think he's associated with wealth and cool figure, you know.
Yeah, so he knows how to strategically market himself towards.
There's a lot of songs about Donald Trump too. Like good, Mac Miller has a song called Donald Trump, basically about being rich and shit.
That's weird because even the bad stuff makes him. It just makes his name. It puts his name out there.
Yeah, he knows how to market.
I think that's like his number one skill, like
marketing.
Yeah, because I saw a news article that said that he just got a new Trump hotel approved, and like has made several $1 million off of it already.
Already?
Yeah.
Would you stay at a Trump hotel?
No.
Me either. Nope.
There's a documentary I watched that said there were heroin needles in one of his hotels, and
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Heroin needles?
Yeah, it was in the Taj Mahal hotel he had. Jesus. When they shut it down, they found a bunch of heroin needles.
I wonder if he does coke.
Oh, I bet you he did, especially in the 80s.
He did. Yeah, I hate to make this episode about Trump, but his His old interviews when he was younger are interesting.
They're almost different from his like as he is right now. I mean,
Yeah, he acts much more level-headed,
not as
not as
outrageous.
intense. Yeah,
Yeah.
more smart. He acts more smart.
I wonder why.
He has an interview where he talks about running for president someday, and he says maybe, but he says I wouldn't run as a Republican or a Democrat. Like he doesn't even like the Republican Party really. He was a registered Democrat.
Yeah, he was. Wonder what made him. Well, yeah, I wonder what made him switch, or what was his reasoning for being a Democrat back.
I don't know. I feel like I wonder what led up to him wanting to run for president, though. It's crazy that he. August 2001, Trump changed his party affiliation to Democratic. He changed it back to Republican Party in 2009. And then he changed it to no affiliation in 2011. And then back 2012, returned. So 2012, he was probably preparing for running for president. If he turned it back to the Republican Party, he's probably scoping out after this Obama term, and then 2016 when he ran against Hillary. So he was probably scoping that out, huh?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because Obama went from 2008 to 2016, right?
Yeah.
8 years.
So he must have been trying to change his party affiliation based on.
What was going on at the time?
Yeah.
I'm just looking at what's going on with him right now.
Oh, have you heard it about that stuff happening with Liz Cheney?
Yeah, because she spoke out against Trump
Yeah.
about how he handled the riots, insurrection.
Yeah, in the election, and they're trying to remove her from leadership positions and everything.
That's just sad.
She's Dick Cheney's
Daughter.
daughter. Wonder what Dick Cheney thinks about Trump.
That's a good question because Dick Cheney's that movie Vice really painted a good picture of him. I think
Be interesting to see them have
Trump
a
and Dick.
conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, because Dick, dude, he's very smart. Like in terms of he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, he did. I think it'd be
With
interesting.
Bush, he knew that if he was vice president for Bush, he'd be able to have more power.
Yeah.
Because Bush didn't know what the fuck was going on half the time. I feel like Dick Cheney made most of the decisions for Bush.
Yeah.
Well, in the movie, it even shows that.
Yeah, he had a lot of power that a vice president shouldn't have. I wonder if he didn't run for as vice president for Bush, if he would have been able to manipulate Trump the way he did
Yeah.
Bush. But I saw something that the Democrats may be poised to lose the House in the midterms.
Really?
Yeah.
They have the Senate?
They have both the House and the Senate.
They should be able to pass legislation then, right?
Yeah, their majority in the Senate is pretty slim. Like, really slim. I mean, the only person that makes it the majority is Kamala Harris. Aside from that, it's basically 50-50.
So that's why Mitch is trying to. He's gonna block everything.
Yeah. Because he may be able to.
He's the minority leader, right?
Yeah.
Moscow Mitch.
Moscow Mitch. It's weird how he's turning tables after the Capitol riot, though.
Yeah,
I mean, it's at the same time, it's not surprising, but still, that should be like a mark in history that should.
that he kind of stood against Trump.
Yeah, it should change your mind about how you operate.
Josh Drugger, was that his name? Some guy. Drugger. Josh Drugger.
Is that him?
Yeah, I thought this guy was. Duggar. Child pornography charges.
Is he a politician?
American television personality, political activist.
Oh,
Either way, he's been in the news lately. Child pornography.
what the hell?
It just reminded me of Matt Gaetz a little bit. I know Gaetz didn't necessarily do that, but Gaetz was accused of bringing a minor along a trip.
Has he gotten in any trouble?
I haven't heard anything lately on Matt Gaetz. Have you?
No. All I've heard is
Let me see.
that the FBI has been investigating him.
Matt Gaetz. He's not even talking about it on his Twitter anymore. How'd they get that one to go under the rug?
That's a good question. That's what I was just thinking.
He's like talking about Trump and shit. Like, dude, it's all gone.
So did he manage to change the tide on it?
It's not even on Twitter anymore. Anything about that. He's on tour right now.
Tour?
Like, tour in different states and shit, I think. Doing rallies. Because this person said, Matt Gaetz paid for sex with a child and now he's on tour. Tell me again how this Justice Department works. Odd. Yeah, because I don't see anything about those whole allegations anymore.
I wonder what
That's crazy how that... Dude, he must... That's odd. They swept that one under the rug fast. Wonder how. Makes me question things. It shouldn't be something that disappears that quick.
No, not at all. Because they had some evidence, right?
Yeah.
That he did do those things.
Who'd he pay off?
Right.
I hate that. That's bad.
Yeah, that is. It shows you we really need accountability in government for those things. Because I don't think you can arrest a member of Congress, actually, unless they, I think they have to be out of office or something like that.
Speaking tour. Oh, him and Marjorie Taylor Greene are on tour together. Makes sense.
On tour. Oh, there's something.
Truth will prevail.
Yeah, that's wild. That
He's on tour right now
yeah,
after those allegations.
you know, he may be trying to change the Google algorithm a little bit by going on this tour.
Marjorie Taylor Greene's a problem too. What the hell? Her, Bober, and Matt Gates.
Well, Green, she got stripped of all of her committee assignments.
Yeah,
So the only thing,
she's on tour.
yeah, she can only vote on the floor, I think. So she can't really.
Do anything else?
Yeah,
She's still getting paid.
yeah,
Paid to do jack shit.
yep.
Why is she still getting paid?
It's required by the Constitution.
So she's sitting there doing nothing, getting paid.
Yeah. That's wild stuff. Fascists. God. See, fascists. She doesn't know what fascists are.
Oh, that's what something I wanted to bring up was Putin.
Looks to make equating Stalin elite.
Yeah.
Looks to make equating Stalin USSR. Oh, like accusations against him?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Putin looks to make.
Wants to make that illegal.
Huh. Because it's kind of true?
Distort history. Whatever, dude.
He's, you know, he got, his rule got extended till like 2030 or something
Seriously?
like that. Yeah.
Why? Because he can.
Yeah. It's basically a vote of, yeah, we're not.
Because there's
Abstaining.
no. It's not an 8-year term max. Like America.
Right, yeah.
What's the max?
They just gave him unlimited terms. Pretty much.
Why? Do they like him?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think a lot of Russians do.
Really?
Yeah. And he effectively has control over the entire government, so he can.
He has control over the media too.
Yep.
So that's probably why they like him. They don't see all the
Yeah.
bad shit.
They're given a certain perspective on how he is and how the rest of the world is.
Vladimir Putin.
That was the first thing he went after when he became president was freedom of the press.
Because they were before free?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like there was a show that mocked him a little bit, and he shut that show down.
Trump tried to go after it too.
Yeah.
He didn't succeed though.
Yeah.
That shows that we have some strong roots to pull out.
Yeah. Yeah, that their institutions weren't that strong.
Not really. Checks and balances.
Yeah. That's the only reason he was able to get away with that so quick.
I feel like. What else do I want to bring up on this episode? I forgot. I felt like I was going to bring something else up.
Was it the um, Elon Musk?
Oh, yeah. Elon Musk will be on Saturday Night Live tomorrow night. Yep.
Probably going to promote Dogecoin.
Oh, yeah. Dogecoin. Yeah. I think it's at 70 cents now.
70 cents?
It's pretty damn good. Mark Cuban's even saying it's not going away anytime soon. Because I bought, how much Doge did I buy? It's exactly 70 cents now. And I own 90 Dogecoin. So if it gets to $1, then I made $90. I gotta buy more while I still can.
Do you think it'll explode?
It might. So I'm gonna, if we get paid Wednesday, I'm gonna pop some more money into Doge. Well, I don't know. It's hard to tell. It might only reach $1 and then stop. Maybe the max would be $3 to $5. You know the sad thing is I had 1,000 Doge, dude, and I sold them because people told me I was stupid for buying it. See, November 20th, 2019, I bought 4,890 at 0.0025 cents. I bought 5,000 Doge for $12 in November 20th of 2019. So I would have had, oh my God, dude, I could have had almost $5,000. Damn. Sorry, that was a little bit of a rant. Sorry, damn. Wow. Anyway, Dogecoin. Elon Musk is on Saturday Night Live. Yeah. That's how life goes, though. You can't get down on yourself with stuff like that. You weren't thinking the same. You didn't know it was going to blow up. You didn't know.
Totally different mindset.
I'm sure people who had Bitcoin did the same thing. I bet you some people had a ton of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's worth almost $60,000 for one Bitcoin now. I bet you some people had thousands of Bitcoin when it was worth like 1 penny and sold it. And they're probably literally want to jump off a cliff right now because they realize they could have been millionaires. So I'm not even going to get mad about that. You can't predict the stock market or cryptocurrency. Anything like that you can't predict. People try. Can't predict it.
It's just one of those it's kind of like waves.
It's a hype. All about hype. People act on emotion. When one thing gets a lot of hype, then it's pretty soon there'll be a new thing.
Next is going to be catch coin.
Yeah.
Cat coin.
Yeah, dude, there's going to be something new. NTFs, NTFs, the little things you can buy online, the collectibles and sell. Same kind of thing.
So it really is just about doing research on what's in hype right now. Not so much trying to predict the numbers and getting all mathematical about it.
Yep. Well, we've been going for 45 minutes now.
Is it quote time?
It's quote time. Stoic quote.
If a man knows not which port he sails, no wind is favorable.
If he doesn't know where he's going. If a man doesn't know where he's going, then it doesn't matter.
That's a good quote.
If a man knows not which port he sails, no wind is favorable.
That's a really good quote.
This was Kitchen Talks episode 26. I'm Nathan.
And this is P.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week, guys.